Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
Thank you for tuning in to the Pop Culture Caravan. My name is Joe, and I am joined, as always, by our fearless leader, Hutch.
Heyo!
And our valiant co-host, Chalupe.
Actually, my name is now Alejandro Chipotle.
Caliente.
Oh boy, I'm a couple shades too white to make those jokes. But today, we are reviewing Oppenheimer, and oh lord.
Near zero.
What do you want for theory alone?
0 would be nice.
This is going to be a lot different than our usual videos that we've done, because it's not really part of a franchise or an ongoing thing.
Yeah, it's super entertaining. I kind of liked how it had a lot of ties into history. I understand that it's not, like, entirely a true story. They took a little bit of liberties with the dramatics and some of the political issues that they raised. I feel like everyone was kind of like, really good to drop the bombs. I was one of those people.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree. I enjoyed the movie. I did like the suspense of the idea of the bomb. The bomb is kind of just hanging there, because you know it's going to happen. We all live in the result. You know, I like the movie. I thought it was great because every movie I've seen recently has just kind of been a comedy. It's good to just have this just serious film, especially since I love the actor. I watched him a lot in Peaky Blinders, so I was like, this is great. He's good at that kind of emotional depth acting.
This movie had some crazy performances, first of all. Like, some of the best performances of the year. Like, I'm seeing some Oscar contenders, right? Cillian Murphy as Oppenheimer. Robert Downey Jr. as Strauss. I can totally see him getting Best Supporting Actor for that role. We also have Florence Pugh and Emily Blunt, both of whom I can see as Best Actress or Best Supporting Actress.
Stop right there, because I am so embarrassed. What was his name? Robert Downey Jr.? I did not recognize it was him for the longest time. I was like, I know this guy. Who is he? And why can't I figure it out?
Well, don't feel bad, because honestly, it took me a good 10 minutes. I've just been stuck in the Marvel fog for, a decade, and I couldn't recognize him, dude.
This movie was cameo galore. The amount of famous white actors I knew.
The most surprising character to me, who I did not expect to see this movie, was Gary Oldman as President Truman.
The best character? He's like, you didn't drop the bomb. I did.
Yeah, he's like, no one cares about who made the bomb, they just care about who dropped it.
You think you're important?
Stop fucking crying, bitch! Where? I don't wanna fucking hear it!
Most movies, once they hit to like 3 hours, typically by the time it's over, I'm like, alright, it's about time they wrapped it up, right? But this movie, okay with it being pretty long, I was thoroughly entertained, so I hope they keep it in theaters for a while, because there's something about going to the theater and watching movies that just beats the shit out of watching them at home most of the time. And Oppenheimer, especially with the bomb scene, I feel like it's way better if you're actually in a theater and you have that giant screen and you just have that huge explosion.
Oh, the surround sound, yeah.
I take it a step further. Just the way the story is kind of told, between the music, the visuals, everything. A theater does help because it sits you down and lets you just kind of walk and get lost in this world.
Nolan is one of the few directors left, I feel, who's trying to maintain that theater integrity.
Honestly, I'd say his only competition would be James Cameron of the Avatar movies.
Because Avatar compete with Barbenheimer, though.
Now that you mentioned Barbenheimer, I'm just going to jump in with this. Because, yeah, this is a very unusual trend for movies as well that brought people back to the theaters. People were really into the dichotomy of seeing, like, this fun feminist movie juxtaposed with this very serious historical drama. I mean, I think it works especially well here because you have two non-franchise movies, which I feel like, people today were just looking to get away from the Marvel, the DC, Star Wars, all of the big names, and just have an actual film cinematic experience that stands on its own. I also really appreciate how they Nolan makes the smart choice to differentiate his two perspectives, right? He has the black and white footage for Strauss's point of view, and then the color, everything that's in color, that's Oppenheimer. You get to see, they're sort of different perspectives on, specific scenes, too. The discussion between Einstein and Oppenheimer that Strauss sees from the window. It's right at the beginning of the movie, too, because at first Strauss thinks it's all about him, and, he's bad-mouthing me and, politics to all these scientists or whatever. When really, conversation wasn't even about him, buddy. You weren't what they were beefing over.
Yeah, it was way off.
When they were talking and really grilling Oppenheimer in the private, case where they're going to renew his clearance or not, they were kind of poking at him and saying, well, you made the bomb, how are you not in favor of us using it? Whenever you see Strauss's position, it's black and white, which is very much so how he was seeing it, right? Strauss was like, yes, make a big weapon, make sure only we can have it, right? Don't share this shit with any other countries. We're going to be the big dick in the locker room. And then you see Oppenheimer's perspective where it's all in color, but it's not black and white, just like his opinion on the atom bomb to begin with, right? He wanted to create it to kind of see if he could, but he didn't want anyone to die because of it. And it's it's a lot more complicated. His opinions on it changed and became more complicated after he saw the effects of it.
Joe, you just blew my fucking mind. I didn't even pick up on the whole black and white,
I pay attention sometimes, buddies.
Wow. The scenes where it's just Oppenheimer talking to his fellow scientists, right, are just so engaging to me.
The perspective we're getting from all the different scientists, where it really feels like we're a part of the scientific community at the time. All their perspectives and different ideas all just colliding together. It was great.
And very much so he was steered into that technology being used to create a bomb.
It's more so a sense of duty or obligation, really. He's like, well, if I don't be the one to spearhead this, right, it could have disastrous effects in the world. I need to be the guy to guide the conversation of atomic energy and guide the development of it.
That's very altruistic. I think that's how he saw himself.
Mm-hmm.
I do not think that's the reality of the situation, though.
I don't think it's the reality of the situation. I'm just saying that's his character, essentially, here. That's probably how he's characterizing himself, is I have to do this, otherwise, we're all fucked.
Bit by bit! Yeah! Molecule by molecule! Atom by atom!
Uh-oh.
Interesting seeing how they first built the bomb, put everything together, the scaffolding, and all the little prep they had to do in order to make sure this went off without a hitch.
Yeah.
And the fear in everyone's heart as they're trying to set it up. And if one thing goes wrong, that's just the end of all their lives.
The tension in that scene, they just let you marinate in that 30 seconds of just pure silence when the bomb goes off before you get hit with the wall of sound.
Yeah, no, I really appreciate that scene. I really felt that they drew you in with that too. I did think it was funny. Everyone else crouching down, and the one dude who plays Huey from The Boys was just sitting in his car yeah, nope. This will protect me.
And you got the one guy putting on sunscreen. He's got his lawn chair out.
Before just that crack of sound wipes them all out. That was crazy.
What did you think of the decision to not show the bombs dropping on the cities in Japan?
I am fine with them not showing that. There is a lot of media of showing what the result is.
I think Nolan's intention is not to glorify, the bombs, so that's probably why he made that decision.
The whole movie is about it going from the same handful of characters, mainly Strauss and Oppenheimer's perspectives, right? Oppenheimer didn't see the bomb, neither did Strauss. Maybe it was trying to keep it to the perspectives of the characters that they were, showing there.
That's not a bad take.
Chilipe, give me a score.
This movie is a 10 out of 10 of me. I'm pleasantly enjoyed, have no issues with it, would watch it again.
I'd give it a 9 out of 10. It was a little long for my taste, but I liked it. No, I really enjoyed it. Would watch it again.
I also got to go 10 out of 10, like Chilipe. Again, it's just so refreshing to see something that's not a big IP. This is a film that's just in its own caliber.
Yeah, this was cinema, man.
You have one expectation, that you're going to see a bomb go boom.
Thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe.
All I will add is that's all, folks.
That's it, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe, and see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching.
This is a national emergency.
Detonator charged. Megan!
Yes, can I help you?